Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to continue our set theory. Okay. In first set theory video I have explained about what is a set and what is not a set. Okay. And in this video we are going to continue with our types of sets. Let me start with empty set and singleton set. Okay, by comparing two sets you can easily remember the concepts. Okay, that's why I have taken empty and singleton. First, what is meant by an empty? Empty means nothing. There will be anything in a set. Okay, that is, it is denoted as like this. Okay, or else we can also denote this empty set by using the letter phi. Okay, empty set is denoted as like this or like this. These two are called as empty sets, and the other name for the empty sets are null set, and also this is also called as an void set. Okay, empty, null, void. Three are same meaning. It denotes this or else this. Okay, next we can see singleton set. That is, opposite to this is singleton set. It has at least a element. Single. What do you mean by single? Single means one, right? So a set with only one element is called as a single set. Let me take S is equal to some 4. So this set has an element 4. That is, the set contains only one element. Here in empty set, the set has no element, 0 elements. And a set with a single element is called as an single set. Clear? Now you are clear with empty and singleton set. Okay? Next you can see the definition for empty set and singleton set through a picture. Next we can move on to two different sets, finite sets and infinite set. Okay, what is meant by finite and infinite? First, through the word itself you can say finite. Finite means only a limited number, and infinite means it goes on, that is infinity level. Okay, so I am taking one set f is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Okay. Here in this set I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements I have. So it is limited to 5. So this is called as a finite set. Only the counting numbers, that is limited number of elements are there in a finite set. But in infinite I am taking the natural numbers. Okay. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. It goes on. It goes on up to infinity. So this is with unlimited number of elements. This is with limited elements, and this is with unlimited number of elements. So this is considered as finite set, and this is considered as infinite set. Clear? Next you can see the definition for finite and infinite set through a picture. Next we can see equal and equivalent set. Okay. First, what is meant by an equal? Equal. The symbol for equal is this one, and the symbol for equivalent is like this. Okay. So, and now I am considering one example. Okay. First, let me take A and B. A set is your earth. I am writing it in roster form. EARTH, right? And the B set is your heart. HEART. Clear? Now you see here, the both A and B have same number of elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the number of elements are also equal and the letters also equal. You see here you have E, E, A, R, R, T, T, H, H. So in this two sets you have the number of elements are same and also the letters in the two sets are also same. So this is called as equal set. Set A is equal to set B. Clear? Next, for equivalent set, I am taking another example as E is equal to E, A, R, T, H and F is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, in this, you have same number of elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, the number of elements are same in both E and F, but the letters are different. E set as alphabets and F set as numbers. So, these both are not equal and hence this is called as equivalent set. E is equivalent to F. Clear? Next, through the definition, you can easily clear with this equal and equivalent set. Next, we can see what is meant by an universal set. Universal set is nothing but it contains all the elements. Okay, so if you are taking the element A as 1, 2, 3 and B as 4, 5 and the universal set U is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both the elements in A and B will be in universal set. This is represented as U. Okay. Next, we can see what is meant by a subset and what is meant by a proper subset. Okay. First, the symbol for subset is this and the symbol for proper subset is this. Right? First, let me take any two sets, that is sets A and B. Okay, A is a set and B is a set, and here every element of A is also an element of B. The elements which are present in A is also should be in B. Then we can say this as A is a subset of B. Okay, we are taking two sets A and B and every element in A is also an element in B. Then we can say this as A is a subset of B. Clear? Next, proper subset. Again, I am taking this A and B as two sets and here A is a subset of B. A should be a subset of B. That is the elements in A should be in B and A should not be equal to B. This is one condition in proper subset. A is not equal to B. Then we can say that A is called a proper subset of B. A is called as proper subset of B. Same, this condition follows here. And one more condition, what is there means A should not equal to B. A set and B set are not equal. Then we can say that A is a proper subset of B. Okay. Next we can see the definition for these both. Now we can see what is meant by a superset and a proper superset. The reverse of subset is called as a superset and the reverse of proper subset is called as a proper superset. By the symbol you can see. For subset we have used the symbol this and for a proper subset we have used this and this is the reverse of. This is the reverse of superset and this is the reverse of proper superset. Okay. Here also I am taking A and B. Okay. Now here every element in B should also in A. Then this is called as superset. That is A is a superset of B. Clear? In subset, every element in A should be in B, but in superset, every element in B should also be in A. Then we can say that A is a superset of B. Clear? And also proper proper superset. In proper subset, what we have seen means A and B are two sets and there is at least one element in B not contained in A. So here what is there means the same superset condition follows, that is A is a superset of B. Okay, that is A and B are two sets and every element in B should also be in A. Then we can say that A is a superset of B and this follows here. And one more condition what we have seen there means A not equal to B. So here also it follows the same. A is not equal to B. Then we can say that A is a superset of B. Clear? Finally, we came to our power set. Okay, what is meant by a power set means usually this power set is denoted by P of A. Power set of A. Okay, that is power of A. Okay, the set of all subsets of a set is called as a power set. By the example, you can clear. Okay, I am taking one example A as 2, 4. Okay, and the subsets how we can write for A means subsets of A are, we have to write first are empty set, that is pi and then 2 and then 4 and then 2, 4. These are the subsets of A and power set is written as P of A which is equal to, we have to write it in a set notation, pi 2 4 2, 4. This is a power set. That is the set of all subsets of the set is a power set. Okay. Up to this our types of sets gets over and in next video we can see the set operations, that is complement, union, product, intersection, difference, and before that you can see the set symbols, that is the symbols which are used in our set theory. Okay. I hope now everyone clear about the set and also the types of sets with the examples and definitions. Next we can move on to the next topic in next video. Thank you. Bye.